Welcome to a celebration of 50 years of signs, miracles and wonders.
Great is thy faithfulness, O God, my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee.
Miracles, prophecy and evangelism form part of his everyday life. Basil Crompton, Pastor Jimmy's dad, drives Smith Wigglesworth around the country. Miracles, signs and wonders follow.
Privileged to be in the meeting where a blind man, a totally blind man, received his sight. I found that when they called the people forward for prayer, for the sick came forward, I could see everything that was going on quite clearly. And this man that came forward, he was actually led forward by the hand, and I could look right into his eyes and see that he was stone blind. There was no life in his eyes whatsoever. And I was sitting at the organ, my husband, Pastor Cody, was standing behind me with the guitar was on. We actually looked right into his face, as I'm looking at you now. And anyway, and then Pastor Jimmy laid hands on his eyes and began to pray for him. And as he took his hands off his eyes, he opened his eyes, and I just saw all the lights coming on. It was the most incredible experience. This guy was so absolutely overjoyed. I think he grabbed Pastor Jimmy and sort of nearly lifted him off his feet, you know. And from what was like totally dead eyes, suddenly his eyes, I saw them at close distance, saw them about 1.5 meters, saw them come open and he could see. And it was just, the whole church really took off as well. It was really exciting, and it was something that really built our faith tremendously for healing that would come in the years after that.
In 1961, during his matric year, Pastor Jimmy first encounters the Holy Spirit. Soon afterward, he starts preaching to his classmates and on the streets. In 1967, Pastor Jimmy takes over from his dad, Basil Crompton, at Bethel in Plumstead, Cape Town. He was ordained as senior pastor in 1969.
Jimmy, this is tonight and this weekend is really your 50 years in ministry, because I was a little girl, young girl, of 18 at that time, nearing my 19th year, but I did not know you. Then I met this boyish, energetic, so many things about you that were so different to anything that I've ever known. But when I met you, God spoke to me and He said, this is going to be the man you will marry. We had so many theological discussions, me from my Baptist wifesy background and you from your Pentecostal. And we just really, it was interesting. It was an interesting courtship. Well, it wasn't initially, it was just my sister's pastor. Then, something about you that I've always, it was never boring. Life with you has never been boring. Ministry with you has never been boring. The first thing you invited me to was at the Vineyard Hotel. You were having this big occasion with this Methodist pastor, and he was quite a character. I mean, he was intriguing, and he got filled with the Holy Spirit. That weekend, for the first time, I went to Bethel, and God got hold of me. And it wasn't long after that you proposed to me. We became engaged, and from the minute we started going out, it was ministry. I was working full days, but that didn't make any difference to you. Every night we did ministry. Our life has been valued about ministry. Your passion has been ministry. You've never lost that boyish energy. You were always going to go big in faith. And so we left Cape Town having some of the biggest meetings in the Three Arts Theatre that was recorded at that time in any of the churches in Cape Town. We didn't know what to do with the people because we were really just children with no infrastructure, no training. And then 7 years later, God sent us to Port Elizabeth. And I think that Port Elizabeth has been our training ground. It's been the area where God has taught us more lessons than anything else. But the one thing we've always done is built ministry together. I was 22 when I married you. I was a little girl. There was nothing that could have prepared me for the roller coaster, exciting life that I've lived. We came to Port Elizabeth and to this functioning little church. And you know what happened before you knew it? Pastor Jimmy Crompton was having huge meetings in the local cinema, showing the films, sending out, admit one family free. We had a riot because the cinema was too full and everybody was banging on the doors outside because they wanted to get in. You see, everything has to have big faith forward, not boring at any time. And so we built the ministry together, and we built it deliberately, because nothing happens by accident. Nothing that we're leaving a big footprint eventually when we leave this earth. And it doesn't happen by accident, it happens on purpose. So we've lived our lives with purpose. And I've seen the world with purpose, because most of what we did while doing ministry. Everything in your whole life has been about building God's kingdom, seeing people's lives changed, touching another life. There's always somebody else that needs to be touched. And so I respect you for that so highly. God put two exceptionally different people together. And I think we've made a great team. We've sometimes frustrated each other. But hey, unless we challenge, we never grow. And so in our whole time together, we have grown. So I want to say to you, thank you. Thank you for the privilege of being part of your 50 years. Thank you for loving me unconditionally through all the challenges we've gone through. The one thing I've known is that you love me. Have there been times when you've wanted to quit? Well, that's when I was the other side that held your hands up and said, quitting isn't an option, Jimmy Crompton. And so together we just kept moving. There's times when I wanted to run and you wouldn't let me. So, that's what life's about. And life's been interesting, life's been exciting. We built something that we can be proud of. We've touched lives across the world that are just amazing. Love you, always will, and together we will build to the end.
In 1977, Pastor Jimmy walks along Cape Road and hears a talented musician playing the keyboard. He walks into the Miraculous store where he meets Kim Clement. He hires Kim to be his first ever youth pastor and to head up the church's praise and worship.
Pardon for sin and a peace that endureth. Thine own dear presence to cheer and to guide.
In 19 1883, the denomination which Pastor Jimmy's father helped found starts a court case against him. Pastor Jimmy and the congregation leave the denomination and the church is ejected from its building in 3rd Avenue, Newton Park. Pastor Jimmy is later falsely arrested. The Lord miraculously provides the Feather Market Hall as a venue for the church, the same venue Smith Wigglesworth used when he toured South Africa with Jimmy's dad, Basil Crompton.
New mercies I see. Oh, I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness.
I'll never forget the 18th of April, 1985. It was a Wednesday morning, and I received a phone call at the office saying that your little girl just died. And yeah, of course I didn't believe it. But my first reaction was, what is going on here? So I actually gave a phone to one of my colleagues saying, just listen to this. I think my nanny is talking nonsense on the other side. But the woman said to me, no, there's definitely a problem. At the time I had a knee operation, so I had a cast on my whole leg for this knee, whatever was wrong with my knee. And I remember the work and everybody working together, trying to get me to my house as quickly as possible. But before I left, my first phone call was to Kali and Dorothy and Pastor Jimmy and Mariana, saying, my child has died. There's something going on at my house. Can you please go and look? I didn't have transport, so I had to wait for somebody to take me. I will never forget the day I walked into my house and there they were. Pastor Jimmy, Mariana, Kali and Dorothy. And the awesomeness of the protection I felt at the time, because I had no real, I didn't know how to handle this emotion. I saw this little bundle lying there on the side of the road, but she was covered. It was right in front of my house. And I remember having to feel be totally protected by the people of this word of faith. And so Pastor Jimmy and Mariana really walked with me around. And the cheekiest thing that I could have done is 2 days later, they asked us to go and identify the body. And I asked Pastor Jimmy to go and identify my dead daughter's body. That is so cheeky. I never thought it through, but I was young. And he, like a daddy, he went. And she was broken, and he saw her like that, and he came back to me and he said, I did that for you. And I will never forget that. That was like a true father.
Pardon for sin and a peace that endureth. Thine own dear presence to cheer and to guide. Oh, strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. Blessings are mine with 10,000 beside. Oh, great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. Oh, I have.
Pastors Jimmy and Mariana built and dedicated Word of Faith Christian Centre in Mangold Park, Port Elizabeth.
Thy faithfulness, oh God, my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions, they fail not. As thou hast been, now forever will be. courses above. Join with whole nature in manifold witness to thy great faithfulness, mercy, and love.
In 2011, Word of Faith Christian Center receives a prophetic word from world-renowned prophet Kim Clement. The Gateway Vision was birthed with an initiative led by Pastor Crompton. Several prominent church leaders meet with the mayor and deputy mayor of Port Elizabeth. The church leaders agree that God's redemptive purpose for the city is to be a gateway for God's presence, power, and prosperity to overflow into Africa. To date, Pastors Jimmy and Mariana have traveled to 6 continents, have 19 branch churches in South Africa, and support missionaries in 5 nations. Today, the Word of Faith building and properties are fully paid for and are valued at 50 million rand. The current size of the congregation is 5,000. Although Pastor Jimmy is entering his 50th year in ministry, he is stronger than ever and is just getting started.